So, but there is one kind of fat that you can burn when you're in the stress mode, and that's coconut oil. So if you take coconut oil and combine it with what's called non-denatured or undenatured whey protein, then you're getting this basically raw buttermilk ingredient. It's not exactly buttermilk. What they did in India is they take the liquid left over and they culture it, so it was a bit cultured, so it would last. But the same ingredient is the easy-to-digest protein is there, and you combine it with the coconut oil, and you put very low sugar. You need just a little sugar as fuel for the brain, and the best kind of sugar for people to take is, first of all, the worst, I just want to emphasize, which is the primary cause of diabetes, is corn syrup. It's called high fructose corn syrup. It's just the very, very worst of foods.
And that granulated sugar, isn't it?
It's everywhere. They put it in almost every package, everywhere you'll see it. But regular raw sugar in moderation is not bad for people. It's rich with minerals, and the raw sugar, which is absolutely best, is the molasses. Molasses is in small doses, has all of the minerals that they take out of refined processed sugar. So in the refining process of making sugar so it tastes better and it goes right to the brain and gives you a big buzz, is they take out the fiber and they take out the minerals. The minerals, when they take the minerals out, that's what molasses is. It's sugar and minerals and high concentration minerals. If I was very poor and I couldn't afford any of these superfoods or any of these different supplements that I found over the years, I would take a teaspoon of molasses after every meal, even maybe 2 teaspoons after every meal, because it would give me the best minerals. What people don't know is that every time they eat refined processed sugar or processed foods like potato chips, corn chips, pastas, breads, any of those kinds of things that we like to eat when we're bored or restless.
But they taste so good.
Yeah, they taste so good because what they do is they spike the blood sugar, and then the blood sugar can make the brain chemicals. What we want is a stable supply of blood sugar so that the brain can make brain chemicals all the time. But so people understand what goes on is every time we spike the blood sugar, you can then test someone's urine afterwards, and you'll see that the brain has lost these very important minerals. There's like a huge amount of minerals will come out when the blood sugar spikes. And the most important mineral, this is what everybody needs to know. This is the big secret. It's the big cover-up. It's one simple, cheap mineral that would replace the need, 90% of the need for all antidepressants, antipsychotics, sleeping pills, all those different things out there. There's one simple mineral that we're all deficient in due to our high-carbohydrate diet, and that mineral is lithium. And when you say the word lithium, people think, oh, that's for crazy people. That's a drug. If you tell your doctor, I'm going to take lithium, they'll go, oh, no, that's bad for you. Because the lithium, the form of lithium that doctors prescribe for people that are bipolar or schizophrenic or depressed, the form of lithium they give is toxic to the body in the doses that they give. It's toxic, so there's always dangerous side effects. My own brother, at 32 years old, in his 20s, he became bipolar. And then he was taking lithium, the drug, which took away the bipolar, but had so many awful side effects that eventually he said, I just can't live with these side effects, and he shot himself. That experience, I committed my life to finding a cure. And, of course, you're not allowed to say a cure, so I haven't found the cure. But basically, I've helped thousands of people who thought they were bipolar, who discovered that they're lithium deficient, find a form of lithium so they don't have those symptoms anymore. And often, George, the smarter someone is, the faster, more creative their brain functions, the more vulnerable they are to lithium deficiency when they start eating carbohydrates or MSG, which are in all of our processed foods. And the solution is a product that was discovered 30 years ago in Germany by Dr. Hans Nieper. And he was so effective in his mineral solutions for people that he was curing all diseases, including cancer. Even Ronald Reagan went to his hospital at a time when the CIA wouldn't even let him into the country, Dr. Nieper. And if you went to his clinic, they would know they had spies there. and they would take all of his vitamin C and his mineral supplements and whatever out of your suitcase if it came from Dr. Nieper's clinic. Well, that's all now. That doesn't happen, and he was poisoned, and he's dead now. But he lives on, and one of his remedies that is over-the-counter, legal in the United States, not yet legal in Canada or Australia, legal in some European countries, in Germany, is lithium orotate. Lithium is the mineral the brain uses in order to make serotonin, to calm the brain, to make dopamine, to give you energy, to make GABA, to make you feel pleasure and feel good and happy and aroused. All these things, we become deficient in this mineral when we're under stress, because stress causes us to shift into the sugar-burning mode, and then suddenly now we're burning sugar very quickly, and we deplete the body of lithium, because to utilize sugar, your body uses up the lithium, and now you don't have the lithium which is necessary to make the wonderful brain chemicals. I have given this to kids. Every age a child can benefit from lithium orotate, just small doses, 4.5 milligrams. What doctors give is 70 times that dose. But I have thousands of cases of women who've gone off their antidepressants because they learned about lithium orotate. Thousands of cases. Hundreds of mothers have talked to me. Thank you so much. My child calls it, they put it in their shakes. The whey protein shake with the coconut oil, and they put some lithium orotate in it. They put the superfoods in it. Their kids call it the happy shake. The kids love this stuff. I even have a cookie remedy with all of it. You can take a scoop of shake, and you can take a tablespoon of coconut oil, mix it together with some nuts, and it becomes a little cookie batter. And you put it on a sheet and put it in the freezer, and in 10 minutes you've got a cookie. It doesn't cook, it's raw, but it's cold, and it holds its form, because when coconut oil becomes cold, it turns hard. And the delicious cookies, and they're totally for the brain. They calm the brain, they give you energy, they give you focus. All of these drugs are unnecessary when you're getting these raw superfoods. And people just have to learn about this, because once you get on the drug train, it just gets one side effect. You need another drug, and they all cause us to age.
What great information. Let's take a few calls, and then we'll take an hour of calls next hour, John. Tom in Knoxville, Tennessee, you're on with John Gray. Go ahead, Tom.
Hi, John. Hi, George. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure thing.
I was wondering, do products like Cortislim, products like that, do they really help regulate the stress hormone cortisol enough to be a good addition to if you were just regularly?
My experience has been when you go with these superfoods, you get bigger results. And Cortislim could do nothing if somebody wasn't first balancing their blood sugar. Let's say you took Cortislim and then you went and had a Twinkie or a white bread sandwich. It would do nothing. Cortislim, what it did for our society is there was a great marketing plan, and it awakened everybody to the knowledge that when cortisol levels go up, your belly fat increases. And when cortisol levels start dropping, your belly fat starts to drop. But I personally, of course, I tried it. I know the ingredients and didn't find it to be that spectacular. And then when you look at the commercial, it was actually just a pencil drawing. It wasn't even a real person. But the concept was great, and it did educate us. But there's so many parameters to lowering cortisol, like the lithium orotate, for example, is a really key one. Later tonight, I'm going to talk about homeopathic HCG, which is something that will immediately, the most powerful thing I've seen to restore healthy adrenal function. And when people do it, they literally lose 6 pounds of fat, not muscle mass, nothing else. 6 pounds of fat the first week, 5 pounds of fat the next week, and 4 pounds of fat every week thereafter until they gain their normal weight. And this is a 60-year-old program from Europe.
That's amazing. And what is that called?
About. That's called HCG. And now what's available to people, they used to have to do injections, and someone discovered that you can make homeopathic HCG to put your body into the fat-burning mode. It is the hormone that the body, when you're starving, your body will pull forth the stored fat. And so at that time, when you're starving, this HCG, but because we eat so many carbohydrates, our bodies have forgotten how to make it.